It's time for a Money Huddle. Let's welcome in Seth Denson, NewsMax contributor, and also America's accountant, Dan Geltrude. He's a CPA and founder of the Geltrude & Company accounting firm. Great to see you both.
Hey, John. Good morning.
Is anyone else surprised by these poll results? They sound kind of low, actually, considering there are so many people smarter than myself, like Stephen Ratner and Larry Summers, who say, yes, this is, in fact, directly a result of Joe Biden's policies and this, just wide-open pocketbook the Democrats have.
I think where we started in terms of the pandemic, getting things rolling in a direction in terms of making it difficult for supply, John, yes, we could say, okay, the pandemic. However, the reaction to the pandemic is now the biggest problem. We need to open up the economy, and by doing that, we need to get people back to work. That is what's causing a lot of the problems on the supply side. We need people to go back to work so we can produce and provide services.
This is a quick draw competition, of course, and Dan won that round, but go ahead, Seth.
Yeah, no, listen, I agree with a lot of what Dan said. And I would preface this by also saying we were giving out way too much stimulus money during the last administration. We never needed to do that. The American Rescue Plan, though, that President Biden signed, just doubled down on us overspending and not focusing our dollars where they were needed. Washington, since the beginning of this pandemic, has felt that throwing money at the problem was the solution, as opposed to finding ways to prop up the economy by way of managing and helping small businesses, and also recognizing we were going to have a massive supply chain problem when you shut it off and then ask the global supply chain to turn back on. That's where the focus wasn't. It wasn't there from the beginning, and it isn't there now. And this bill, this Build Back Better, will not impact supply chains in a positive way at all.
You know, I'm not going to quote it here because I don't really have the exact numbers. All I can tell you, and I saw it yesterday, Dan, there was another poll that talked about, it was something like it was 2 to 1 in terms of Americans feeling like they're affected by inflation right now. When they go to the grocery store, it's affecting them negatively. They feel it. They're not happy with it. And that's really what matters here, is how you feel. As James Carville said, it's the economy, stupid. It has been. It always will be. When voters go to the polls, the number one question that they take with them is, am I better off than I was 4 years ago or 2 years ago in 2022? And it's not looking good for Democrats right now.
Well, it's not. And look, this played out exactly that way related to President Trump. Before the pandemic hit and ultimately the economic problems that ensued and those challenges and inflation and everything we're starting to see, that is what cost President Trump the election. If not for the economy, he would have been reelected. Now, a president's a president. Joe Biden is now in that position. We are having inflationary problems. People are feeling it across the board. They're going to blame the person in charge. And right now, that's Joe Biden, and you have a Democratic Congress. They're going to take the hit. And right now, rightly so, unless they're going to change policies in order to change the direction of inflation. If that doesn't happen, John, inflation will continue, and Democrats are going to pay the price come the midterms. I think it's very clear.
You know, David Bowie, Seth, sang about changes once upon a time, not easy to do. I guess it would have to start with Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen coming out and be like, you know what, we were wrong. It's not transitory. It's almost seems like it's permanent, and we are going to start taking some steps to address that. I know they're going to raise interest rates, which is the first thing you want to do, but is it enough?
It's not enough just to do that. We need to continue to pull back on the bond purchasing that's going on. Again, inflation is caused by too much money chasing too few things. If the Fed continues to pump out more money, well, that's just exacerbating the problem, because we continue to talk about lockdowns. And quite frankly, over the last 2 years, we paid people so much money to stay home, they don't have to go back to work just yet. So until you get people back to work and the government to stop printing money, inflation is going to continue. And I don't see Janet Yellen or Jerome Powell jumping to that conclusion anytime soon.
All right, we only have about 30 seconds left. I want to get a thumbs up or thumbs down reaction from both of you on this. Jay Powell yesterday, or I think maybe today, said cryptocurrencies not a real threat to our economic system. Do you guys agree with him? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Dan?
I don't think it's a threat.
Seth? Come on, Seth, you got
on,
it.
Seth,
Come on, give us a better answer than that. You got to pick one.
Down.
All right,
I'm
thumbs
go
down.
Thumbs
I like
down. It is a threat because people are spending too much money on that.
All right, good stuff. Great to see you both. A real pleasure. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas. If I don't talk to you before the holiday.
Thanks, John.
All right, we got another